This is John W. Whitehead, author of Battlefield America, The War on the American People, bringing you a message about the state of our nation. In the current presidential election campaign, the debates, all the things we're hearing, what I see in the media, I'm hearing the term fascism more and more. Certain candidates are labeled fascist. If you know the history of fascism, it was originally started by a fellow named Benito Mussolini in Italy. It's what he called corporatism. And what is it? Well, it's essentially corporations move in, finance government, take over government, and they run it. They become a moneyed elite. Hitler liked that model. He copied it. And what happened once they established what's called a fascist system? That's what's called a fascist system. They had militarized police which cracked down on anybody who rebelled against the system. They erected a surveillance state where everybody was watched. They had neighbors reporting on neighbors and turning them into the police, and they wound up in concentration camps or jails. So when I hear the term fascist, label a politician today or some leader, I just look back at history. And this is what I conclude. The current election cycle, like every presidential election, is an indictment of every politician who has ever sold us out for the sake of money and power. It's a condemnation of every politician who has ever lied to us in order to advance their careers. And it's a denunciation of every political shill who has sacrificed our freedoms on the altar of corporate America. By not demanding that we return to the vision given us by those who founded America, a government of, for, and by the people, and one administered by local governments, run by the citizenry and not by money, all those running for office are endorsing a fascist system of government. I hear the shrill cries that Donald Trump is a fascist. Well, if Trump is a fascist, as nearly half of all Americans surveyed believe, then so is every other politician in office or running for office in America who has ever prioritized money and power over human beings. Truly, apart from Trump's bombastic comments and his metaphorical willingness to spit in the wind in order to garner media coverage, how is he any more fascist than, say, Hillary Clinton and the millions she has amassed from the financial sector and Wall Street? How is Trump any more of a fascist than Barack Obama, who has championed the NSA and the surveillance state, whose willingness to march lockstep with a military complex has resulted in endless wars, covert drone strikes that have killed hundreds of civilians abroad, innocent people, and militarized police who have killed thousands of Americans here at home? How is Trump any more fascist than Congress, the majority of whom are millionaires and who do the bidding of their corporate sponsors and benefactors, all the while remaining deaf to their less affluent constituents? For that matter, how is Trump any more of a fascist than the Supreme Court, whose decisions in recent years have been characterized most often by an abject deference to government authority, military, and corporate interest in direct contradiction of our Constitution? What we're experiencing is what I've called fascism American style. Could it be true? Well, it's confirmed by detailed studies by universities and professors such as Princeton University and Northwestern University. After doing 2 decades of studies of policies passed in Washington, D.C., almost 20 years worth, laws, etc., by the federal government, the professors came to a conclusion, and this is their words, we live in an oligarchy run by a moneyed elite, and the average voter has virtually no input on what's going on. Remember those 3 words our Constitution begins with: we the people. What does that mean? Well, we the people are the government. We're not going to be the government. We are the government. The people sitting in power, the president, the judges, etc., they're our representatives. It's up to us to hold them accountable. So how do we start doing it? Well, return to the vision that the founders gave us, and that is of local governments governing and telling the federal government what to do. You can do it. What I'm saying to people, if there's any hope left, get active on the local level. Get involved in your city councils, your state government. Get your picket signs, get out there and raise a storm, a nonviolent storm of discontent, and show these people they need to listen to us and not the moneyed oligarchic elite. For more information about the Rutherford Institute, Visit us at www.rutherford.org.